Hey everyone, it's Ryan here. So this video is going to be instead of WWE pay-per-view predictions. I've done these a few times. This one's an AEW pay-per-view prediction. It is All Out 2021 coming tomorrow, well technically later today, Sunday, the 5th of September. It'll start pretty much at midnight, 1 o'clock for us, and probably last about 4 hours. So I believe this is probably like their biggest show of the year, maybe. It's hard to tell because they only have 5 pay-per-views, which is actually quite nice. So I'm going to go through the 10 matches they have. There might be an 11th one, because Pac versus Andrade had to be cancelled due to travel restrictions with Pac, and Andrade sort of said, "Oh, me versus a mystery opponent," blah blah blah, like All Out. So if anyone wants to accept the challenge, then blah blah blah. So I feel like he's going to come out during the show, and maybe someone will come out and have a match with him. Anyway, for the first match, we have the Best Friends, Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor, and Jurassic Express, which is Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus. Marco Stunt's going to be in the corner, I believe. Oh, Wheeler Yuta is also going to be in there as well. Versus the Hardy Family Office, which is Matt Hardy, Private Party, which is Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, and the Hybrid 2, Angelico and Jack Evans. I've gone for the Best Friends and Jurassic Express to win. It's a pre-show match. It'll be, a fun 10-man tag match where the face team wins, gets everyone ready for the show. Not much to think about. I think they moved it to the pre-show and they put the Women's Casino Battle Royal on the main show instead. Speaking of which, that is the next match. So, it's a 21-woman Casino Battle Royale for an AEW Women's World Championship match. So the way these work, pretty much like a Double or Nothing as well with the men's one. So they start with 5, they have like 4, they do it based on the cards. So you have 4 sets of cards, so your clubs, your diamonds, your hearts, your spades. And basically 5 people have like one of those cards, essentially. And then whichever one's announced, the first 5 people come in, and then they start. I think about like 5 minutes later, it's like the next, whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called, but you know what I mean. So it'll go like, so clubs are starting, and then like 5 minutes it'll go, and suit, that's the word, suit. Then they go, the next suit is diamonds, and then the 5 people that drew diamonds will then come out. It's a weird concept because it's like, they're normally just walking out doing a normal entrance. It's like, surely you want to beat the crap out of them and then like throw them out later. It's a weird thing, but and basically they keep doing that until they get to the last one, and then there's 20 people have come in, and then there's one final one, which is the Joker entrance. Tradition normally for these, I think the only time it hasn't been that was the first one where they had Hangman Adam Page be the Joker. It's always been like a mystery person that's not been announced. So I've actually gone for the person to be announced to actually win it, because normally whoever the big surprise is, they last a couple of minutes then get thrown out. I've gone for the person that's to be announced to win, and I think it's going to be Ruby Soho, formerly known as Ruby Riott in WWE. She's been doing little vignettes of like being on the streets of like New York, and so like I know this one's in Chicago, but she could always trick us and say, "Oh, it was in New York, but now I'm here at Chicago." So I've gone for Ruby Soho to win that one. Then next we have Jon Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. To be honest, no idea who Satoshi is. All I've heard from watching like Court Hardcore that lot is he has like some thing for bread, I guess, like he likes eating bread. I'm going to go for Jon Moxley for this one because Jon Moxley is the AEW star. It'll be something for him to get back on track, I guess. It'll be a hard-hitting match because normally most Japanese wrestlers are hard-hitting. Next, Paul White versus QT Marshall. This will be Paul White's first AEW match. Paul White is formerly known as The Big Show. Obviously, he was in WWE for over 20 years. And yeah, I was just going Paul White to win. They tried to do this thing, like, basically they're I think they're called what are they called? The Gun... Are they called the Gun Show? The Gun Family, whatever. Basically, Billy Gunn, BT Gunn, and whoever the other one is. They basically attacked Big Show, turned on him, attacked his surgically repaired hip, so basically that's all is what went into play. But I've got Paul White to win. It's his first match. Next we have Chris Jericho versus MJF in a singles match. If Jericho loses, he has to retire from in-ring competition. So in this one, I think MJF has beat Jericho on 3 separate occasions. This one, I've got Jericho to win because I don't think it will be here where he will just lose again and just be like, right, I'm not competing in the ring anymore. I think he's got like another year or so maybe. I think like with having that stake, it might give Chris Jericho more of a reason to win. Next, we have Miro versus Eddie Kingston in a singles match for the AEW TNT Championship. I've got Miro to retain. I feel like Eddie Kingston's going to push him to his limit, but Miro is going to finally overcome him. Maybe not even make him tap out. Like maybe Eddie Kingston will just pass out from the pain of the submission hold. I think he still does the accolade. I don't know if it's renamed something now. I don't watch too much AEW. I'll try and catch up on the highlights every now and then. I've recently got back into watching more highlights for a particular reason, which I'll get into later. So the next match is the Young Bucks. That's Matt and Nick Jackson versus the Lucha Brothers, Penta El Zero Miedo, and Rey Fenix in a steel cage for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. I've actually gone for the Young Bucks for this one. I know there's a story like 2 years ago that Lucha Bros beat the Young Bucks to get the titles in the first place. I just don't see them dropping it yet. I feel like it'll happen like a couple of months down the line once Kenny loses the AEW World title. But I just feel like they might be holding on to this one. Maybe some weird shenanigans with Brandon Cutler going on, but we'll see. Next, we have Dr. Britt Baker DMD versus Chris Statlander for the AEW Women's World Championship. I've got Britt Baker to retain. She's recently won the title a couple of months back. I feel like she can have a very long reign with it. She seems to be the best thing in the women's division right now. Chris Statlander, it's sort of just a story purpose, but I don't see her as a champion just yet. Then next, the match that everyone will probably be like most excited to see, especially me, is the return of CM Punk to the ring, that is, versus Darby Allin. I feel like this one could go 15 to 20 minutes. If they put a 20-minute time limit on, it'll go like 15 minutes. It'll be great to see how CM Punk is in the ring. It has been 7 years, like 7.5 years since he's actually been in a ring, like officially been in the ring. I know he's done some stuff elsewhere. But yeah, very excited for this one because obviously I'm a huge fan of CM Punk. And obviously the big thing going into this pay-per-view was CM Punk makes his return to wrestling after 7 years in Chicago for the second episode of Rampage. And then he's basically been on the Chicago episode of Dynamite. I think he was on the next Rampage as well. And then he's going to be obviously in this one where he's in Chicago as well. So yeah, I've got CM Punk to win because it's his big momentous occasion back. I know Darby could win, it could probably push him, but I feel like it won't hurt Darby if he loses here because, like I said, it's CM Punk. It just could be a start of anything. And then finally, Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage in a singles match for the AEW World Championship. I've got Kenny to retain because Christian just beat him for the Impact World title not too long ago. So I don't see him losing the other title to Christian now. I feel like they're still holding on for Hangman Page down the line. So I've got Kenny to retain. So, my picks, I'll go through them. So, we have Best Friends, Ruby Soho as the to-be-announced competitor, basically the to-be-announced competitor, or Ruby Soho if she's the to-be-announced competitor, Jon Moxley, Paul White, Chris Jericho, Miro, the Young Bucks, Britt Baker, CM Punk, and Kenny Omega. That's my predictions for AEW All Out. Thank you for watching this. I'll probably do a reactions video on Monday afternoon, I think. I'll see how it goes. I think the show might finish at like 4 or 5, so I don't really want to do one afterwards. But yeah, thank you for watching this, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Right, bye.